You're not right. You're not. We're not arguing about this. All right, folks. So most of the schools on the island reopened this week. How many of them are really ready? There are several issues related with back to school. Joining us now to discuss some of them, especially from the NPTA, is that what they call it?
Yep.
Perspective, is Stewart Jacobs. He's the president of the National Parent-Teacher Association, and he joins us now. Look like you're on your way to work, Sir Stewart. Good morning. Thank you for checking in with us this morning. How are you today?
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Miss Immaculate. Good morning, St. George's.
Good morning, Casey.
Right.
And let me say, and let me public say, congratulations to St. George's College on their 175th anniversary.
Yep. And
1850 was certainly a special year.
Yep. And next year you are 100 years old, aren't you?
Yeah, and that's the last time you won champs.
Wow. Can we just, I remember a program called Peace and Love in Schools. Let's just resurrect it in this very moment. My word.
It's all right. I'm a brother, man. It's all right. Him can't get to it. It's my brother. I read on your, obviously, the national parent teachers president. I was reading, Sim and I read this morning that some schools in Manchester won't be ready because of health issues. When I say health issues, public health issues. Some other schools are saying they don't have enough teachers. Parents are saying book prices gone up, them can't afford it. Where do we start this morning? What's the first thing you want to address this morning with all that's happening with our schools?
I want to address it on a very positive note, and that is, once again, we live to see another school year, and our children are going out to add value to themselves, their family, and by extension, the country. But that's what the education process really is. It's a positive injection of academic and knowledge to our children. And we have a system in Jamaica that fosters it and facilitates it as best. But there are some challenges, and one of the challenges that is very clear to us is what happened with very recently to the southern end of the island. We have some infrastructure that has been damaged, but the authorities have done quite a bit with the collaboration of the PTAs in the schools and school administration to fix these schools. Additionally, those buildings that will not be erected in time to house children, they'll have tents and temporary areas for them to have school. So that interruption is not going to be long, and it's not going to be too adverse. In terms of the expense, there's a real concern, because you're talking about a 25% increase in back-to-school spend over last year over year. And when you look at the reality this year also, it's going to cost about $1,500 per child to go to school per day. That's $7,500 per week. That's about $30,000 per month and $280,000 per year. Now, if you have 3 children going to school and you're working minimum wage and single parent, it's going to be very difficult. Despite the PATH program, despite the other areas of expense mitigation that exist, it still is expensive, and 25% over last year is quite a bit going back to school.
What is that attributable to? Can we break that down?
You're looking at the price of books, shoe, uniform. Those are the
essentials.
Those are the products. The essentials have gone up high, and also to put whatever in the kitty in the snack box has gone up. Lunches are going to be increased this year as a result of each year the marketing companies and distributors increase their prices just about end of July, August, knowing that there's going to be a demand for their products in September. And so this year it seems a bit spiked over previous period. We're also concerned about when we have spoken about it last year, and nothing much has been done, and the excuse is that there's budgetary concern, and we do appreciate that. But when you have our children going to and from school in what is considered a very unsafe environment, because the taxis, the bus public transport that exists does not encourages safety in our school for our children, because the lewd music, the conversations that are being had are not in keeping with what is expected of adults amongst children. Then there is the fight, the violence in the buses, the violence at the transport centers all over the island. It's not safe. So we're asking for that dedicated and deliberate bus service transport system for our children to go to and from school.
Yeah. Stewart, I want to jump in, Stewart. What about grooming? You had something to say when we had that court ruling about that young lady with the dreadlocks. And I think there is a concern that the youngsters at school now might just decide to do anything with their hair. Is there a concern there also?
Concern is from a parenting side, and the administration would have that concern. So that particular court ruling must not be taken out of context. It has to deal specifically with hair and not how you want to dress and come to school and go and flaunt and flirt with the rules that the school has. Because each school will have their dress code, and so it must be adhered to. Don't carry your child and yourself through the process of having to be disciplined because of how you choose to dress to come to school. Follow the rules. The school has a rule, and all I'm asking for is that we follow the school rules and not to flaunt.
Insofar as they don't infringe on the rights of the student. I mean, it takes us into a lot of debate, and some would say gray areas, but sometimes some core rights are infringed upon. In those cases, we might need a little bit of a discussion, no? Uh-oh. Did I come?
The human rights of that child was not infringed on. The human rights of that child got a chance to be heard in court, and a decision was made.
Right. Right to religion.
Yeah, man. We are all entitled to it. However, freedom comes with responsibility. A huge responsibility. And the fact that we get a chance to dress our children and take them, send them to school, we must be responsible as parents to ensure that they dress according to the schools.
Yep.
Stu, let me ask you, I mean, parent-teachers associations across all schools, how vibrant, how active, how plugged in are they? Do you have a lot of buy-in? Because Nev says students make schools, teachers obviously, but the parents have such a huge role to play. What's the pulse? What sense are you getting from your finger on the pulse with the organizations across the island?
It's an investment. They feel that they are invested in the school because their children are going there. Their children are going there for at least an average of 5 years, and they are very active on the ground. Those who don't have the cash to dole out, they have particular skill sets, and they do contribute whatever it is. So the carpenters, the masons, they give up their time and their talent to the school, and they also are, by extension, the PTA is an act of parliament, because the PTA, a school board cannot be properly constituted unless they have a PTA representative sitting on the school board, or the school board is not real. And so we don't take it lightly at all. So PTAs contribute tremendously to the development and the growth of school.
All right.
By the extension to the administration and physical help.
All right, Stewart, we have to go. Thank you so much. Always ready to speak with us, and we appreciate that. God bless you and the family, sir. Take care.
As the glorium, the glorium.
No. It's ad majorem de gloriam.
Fortis Cateris.
To the greater glory of God. Have a good day, sir.
Fortis Cateris cedere non potest. The brave may fall,
but never yield.
See, I get yours right. You're supposed to get mine right.
This is what we're talking about, guys. Fostering the peace and
Later,
love.
Stewart Jacobs is the president of the National Parent Teacher Association. I have a question just before we go. I suspect there might be different reasons, but why would a sixth form at Immaculate be a different cost of a sixth form at Excelsior or George's or something? We're going to take a break when we come back.
Okay.
And we head to clothing and textiles.
No, Shauna, I failed that class so bad.